Hello viewers, this is Kulsum Ahmed. Today I am here with the topic monopolistic competition. This is the topic of microeconomics. So let's start with monopolistic competition. Now first of all we need to understand what are the types of imperfectly competitive markets. The first one is monopoly, where a single firm has complete control over the supplies and sales of product in a market. And duopoly is a situation where two firms are competing for the supplies of the product and they are the supplier to the entire market. Then comes oligopoly, where 2 to 20 firms, mean very few firms are competing with each other and they are striving for the supplies to the market. Then comes monopolistic competition. Now what is monopolistic competition? So let's start with the monopolistic competition. Now monopolistic competition market that have some features of competition and some features of monopoly. Now what are the features of monopoly that you have? These are like your product is unique and you are the ones to decide about how and what type of product you are going to bring into the market, and you are the one to do innovation, you are the one to introduce new line of productions. It means that you are the king of your own business. Now this characteristics goes to monopoly. And what about the competition? Competition mean that you are not only single supplier to the market, there are rest of the people who are also in line and they are also selling products to the market. For example, if we talk about the soap market, we can find Lux, Dove, Capri and so on. So many of the people are bringing their products into the market. So this is why you are availing both of them. Now what are the attributes of monopolistic competition? The first one, many sellers that I told you right now. Then product differentiation. Yes, one product is entirely different from another product in terms of having a type of variety, fine, color, shape and etc. Free entry and exit. Yes, this we know. And then comes the last, no, this is all. Now let's start with the diagrammatical description of monopolistic competition in short run. Now first of all we need to understand that on one side we are going to take the quantities produced by the firm, and on another side we are going to take the prices charged by the firm. Fine. Now let's just recall the diagram of perfect competition. In perfect competition we were saying P is equals to AR is equals to MR. We were making a horizontal line in that diagram. But over here we have average revenue that is falling, and then we have a marginal revenue that is falling more than average revenue. Now average revenue is falling and marginal revenue is dropping more than average revenue. Fine, you're clear? Then marginal cost should be uprising, and this was the same that happened in perfect competition. Then average total cost is U-shaped. This is also the same that was there in perfect competition. So these two things are same, but average revenue and marginal revenue behavior is entirely different in monopolistic competition. Now the point where MC is equals to MR will be the point that it will be known as break-even point, or you can call it a equilibrium point. Fine. So we are going to take this point and we are going to decide about the quantities produced by our company, and then we are going to decide about the price that will be charged by our company. So now you're clear how to identify how many quantities will you produce into the market and what will be your price. So this will be decided by break-even. Now average total cost is down, like it is a U-shaped curve, and you can see your revenues per unit revenue means this average revenue curve is also known as demand curve. You can call it a demand curve as well and average revenue curve as well. So this is your per unit revenue and this is your per unit cost. The black line tells you the cost of one single unit, and this is the cost and this is the revenue. When your revenue is greater than your cost, this will be the profit. So this is what you are getting as profit. Now you are clear with how to identify the profits. Now let's start with another diagram. This is monopolistic competition in long run. So what will happen in long run? We have average revenue falling, we have marginal revenue falling, then we have marginal cost uprising, and then we have average cost. Now the point where MC is equals to MR will be the break-even point. You are quite clear. and you can see their average revenue is equal to average cost, mean per unit revenue and per unit cost should be equal in long run. So this was all. Then here you can have your break-even point. This break-even point is falling in this way, and this is the price that is being charged by your company. Now let's have a comparative study of monopolistic competition versus perfect competition. Now there are two things that you can find: excess capacity and markup. These two things are the actual difference between monopolistic competition and perfect competition. Now let's see what are these two differences. Now what is excess capacity? Okay, there is no excess capacity in perfect competition in long run. Free entry results in competitive firms producing at the point where average total cost is minimized, which is efficient scale. Now let me tell you efficient scale in the next slide. Fine, so let's move forward. There is excess capacity in monopolistic competition in long run. This is clear. In monopolistic competition, output is less than efficient scale of perfect competition. Now see, this description I'm going to give you in the next slides, so just don't think about that. Now here is the comparative diagram, and we will be able to analyze and assess how can we get to know what is excess capacity and what is markup. Now see, on one axis we have quantities, on other axis we have prices. So this thing is in perfectly competitive firm, and on the same line in monopolistic competition we have the same thing that we did in the perfect competition. Now you are clear? Here P is equals to AR is equals to MR was the straight line, but here AR is falling and MR is falling more than that. Now you are clear? This is the difference. Then average cost is U-shaped. Here again we have average cost in U-shaped. So this is exactly the same. Now MC is uprising. Here again MC is uprising. So this is also same. Now in these two diagrams, what was the main difference was P is equals to AR is equals to MR, and here AR is falling and MR is falling more than that. So are you clear with this? Now let's go to the equilibrium point or break-even point, where MC cuts MR was the equilibrium or break-even point, and here again where MC cuts MR was the equilibrium point. Now what is the difference there? Now see, on the average total cost, the area where average total cost is minimum is known as efficient scale. So are you clear now? But here you can see in perfectly competitive firm, the equilibrium point is where there is exactly the efficient scale. So here the firm is already enjoying efficient scale, but here the firm's equilibrium was here, but the firm is able to produce this much difference. This difference where it has capacity to produce is known as excess capacity. So if someone will ask you the definition of excess capacity, what will you say? Difference between efficient scale of every total cost and quantities produced is actually and quantities actually produced will be the excess capacity. So now you are clear? But here efficient scale is on the same place where there is equilibrium in the firm. So this is again the same. Now there is another difference, that is of markup. Now let's see how markup comes. I'm not going to do the reading of this. Okay, markup over marginal cost. Because price exceeds marginal cost, an extra unit sold at the posted price means more profit for the monopolistically competitive firm. So let's see the diagram because it will help you more. Now again we had the same scene. Now where is the markup? Now here you can find that this is the equilibrium point where marginal cost is this, and on equilibrium point the price is high. So the difference between price and marginal cost. Now what is marginal cost mean? Per unit cost, the extra cost, per unit cost of an additional product. So if for example if you want to increase your product and your next product is giving you the cost of $10, but the price of that product is $15, it means 15 is high than $10. So the difference actually you are enjoying is known as markup. So let's see what is this. Yeah, you can find it up that this is the markup. Now are you clear? But here you can find there is no excess capacity and there is no markup, because you are on the point where there is MC is equals to MR. But here the MC was lower but the prices were high. But unfortunately here whatsoever is the price, the same will be marginal revenue and average revenue. So this is why you can avail the markup choice over here. So this is again another diagram. This will help you know how can we have the excess capacity and how can we have the markup. Now see, you are enjoying excess capacity and you are enjoying markup, but here no excess capacity and no markup. So this was the difference that I was saying, that this is the theoretical and I am not going to read. So here you can analyze and assess by yourself. So this was all about my today's lecture. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.